O soul, heavy laden in the shadow of trials, your shoulders slumped beneath the invisible burdens the world has piled upon you. Today I call to you. Right now, I want you to take a step of faith. Write a comment today: the Lord will lift the burden from my shoulders. I will walk in the freedom He gives. Don't hesitate. Declare it boldly, for when you speak in faith, heaven will respond. Do you hear my voice calling? Amidst the noise of the world, amidst the sighs of despair, amidst the words of people that discourage you, listen to my voice. The voice of the one who suffered so you could be free, the voice of the one who conquered death so you would no longer be chained by anything on this earth. I know what you carry on your shoulders. I see you are heavy in spirit, collapsing along the way with no strength left to continue. But today I come to tell you that burden does not belong to you. Give it to me, for I am the one who bore all the sorrows of humanity, the one who carried upon myself every sin, every sorrow, every despair that you endure. I see you. Yes, right at this moment I am seeing into every hidden corner of your heart. The things you've never told anyone, the nameless fears, the worries that seem poised to crush your heart. I know it all, and I do not stand idly by watching you grow weary. Today I come to lift all of that away. You don't have to carry them anymore. Do you remember the words I spoke? Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Those words weren't just for those who lived 2,000 years ago. They are for you who are hearing these words right now. You have wondered why your life is so heavy, why you must bear these things. I hear those questions echoing in your soul, and today I want to answer you. But before I speak, let me ask you this. Are you willing to give me your burdens? I don't ask this to blame you, but for you to reflect. Because sometimes you cling to your pain as if it were an inseparable part of your life. Sometimes you dare not let go because you think without those worries, you wouldn't know who you are. But I want you to understand this. You are not your failures. You are not the pain you have suffered. You are not the mistakes of the past. You are my child, one chosen by me, loved by me, rescued by me. Today I want you to pause for a moment. Don't rush into the world's whirlwind. Breathe. Listen to me. Let me lay my hand upon you and lift each burden, one by one. How many times have you woken in the night with a nameless dread? How many times have you looked to the future with a heart full of uncertainty, afraid everything will collapse, that you will never be good enough, that you will be abandoned? I see that. I see the anxiety in your eyes. But I tell you this, fear does not come from me. There is one who has whispered lies into your ear. He says you'll never escape this situation. He says you will always fail, that you will never achieve what you desire. But I declare to you, my child, do not be afraid. Why? Because I am with you. When I am with you, nothing can harm you. When I hold you in my hand, no one can snatch you away. The enemy wants you to believe he has power over your life, but I crushed him under my feet long ago. Do you remember when I walked on water? The disciples were afraid, thinking I was a ghost. But when they heard my voice, they knew it was me. And Peter stepped out of the boat to walk on water. Today I call you to walk like that too. Don't let fear keep you in the boat of false security. Step out. Trust me. Let me lift the fear from you. I know you remember what happened. I know you still carry wounds in your heart, scars that don't easily fade. I know you have regrets, things you wish you had never done, or things you wish you had done but cannot go back to fix. But my child, do you know? I do not look at you through the lens of the past. When I look at you, I don't see someone chained by former mistakes. I see a new creation, a soul redeemed at a great price. Let me ask you, if I myself, the one crucified for you, have forgiven you, why do you still blame yourself? If I myself said your sins are washed away, why do you still carry them in your heart like an unhealed wound? My child, listen to my words. If anyone is in me, they are a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. You are not your past. Leave it behind. Let me lift that burden so you can walk in the freedom I have given you. I see your feet are weary. I see your heart is heavy. Right now, can you feel the pressure of the burdens you've carried too long? Your shoulders have slumped, your steps have slowed, and in your heart are unspoken sighs. Today I come to tell you, no more. No more pain, no more pressures weighing down your soul. Today I will lift the burden from your shoulders and you will be free. Have you ever wondered why everything in life feels so heavy? Why each passing day you feel submerged in worries in the chaos of life? I know you have tried. I know you have used all your strength to face challenges, tried to live better, chase dreams and hopes relentlessly. But sometimes you feel crushed. Sometimes you don't have the strength to get up. Sometimes you think you have failed. But my child, pause for a moment. Don't rush, don't try to do it all alone anymore. I want you to know that you don't have to carry everything. You were not born to live a life weighed down by worries. You were not created to carry on your shoulders things beyond your strength. I saw you before you were born. I knew what you would face and I have never left you alone. Some burdens come from the expectations you place on yourself. You think you must be strong. You think you must always be successful. You think you are not allowed to be weak. You have strained to please others, tried your best to prove your worth. But at some point you realize you are exhausted, that no one truly understands what you've been through. You hide the pain behind smiles. You cover the fatigue with self-encouragement. But deep down you know you are collapsing. My child, I want you to know you don't have to be like that. You don't need to prove anything to me because I already know you. You don't need to become someone perfect because I loved you even before you knew me. You don't need to strain to face everything because I am standing right here, waiting to lift the burden from your shoulders. Some burdens come from past wounds, wounds you thought had healed but still ache beneath the surface. Harsh words, betrayals, losses that cannot be comforted. Do you know? There is no pain of yours that I do not see. I have seen you cry in the darkness. I have heard your heart scream in silence. You don't need to hide your pain from me. Let me touch that wound. Let me dry your tears. Some burdens come from anxieties about the future. You fear you won't succeed, that you won't have a good life, that you'll be left behind. You fear things that haven't happened. You panic before challenges yet to come. But my child, you don't need to carry those worries alone. Your future is not in the world's hands but in mine. I have arranged everything. I have prepared a path for you, and you only need to walk in my guidance. Some burdens come from loneliness. How many times have you felt lost, even when surrounded by people who smile and talk to you daily? How many times have you felt misunderstood, that no one truly cares? But do you know? I have always been here. I have never left you no matter how you feel. I have walked beside you every step of the way. I have protected you in the darkest days. And today I want you to lay all of it down. Don't hold on to them anymore. Let me take away the burdens that have made you weary. Let me free you from what has bound you for too long. Let me give you true freedom, not the freedom the world promises, but freedom within your very soul. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine each burden on your shoulders being lifted away. You are no longer bound by worries, no longer oppressed by wounds, no longer submerged in fear. You are standing in my light, with light shoulders, with a heart full of peace. My child, believe that today is a new day. Believe that from this moment on, you will no longer carry the things that exhausted you. Believe that I am doing a new thing in your life, and you will no longer look back on the old days with heaviness. Now, I want you to take a step of faith. Write a comment. I lay down all my burdens. I believe the Lord has set me free, and I will walk in the freedom He gives. Declare it boldly. Don't be afraid, don't hesitate. Let that declaration become truth in your life. And remember that I am always here, watching over you, supporting you, guiding you every step of the way. Today I have lifted the burden from your shoulders. Walk forward with a heart full of hope, for you are no longer alone. You are my child, and I love you more than anything in this world. When I look down and see you trudging beneath the weight you carry yourself, my heart aches. How long have you lived in this weariness? How long have you had to brace yourself against the pressures life lays upon your shoulders? Do you remember the last time you truly felt light? Or has it been so long that you've grown accustomed to living in tension, accustomed to holding on to sadness and fear as if they were essential parts of your life? But my child, do you know that I did not create you to live like this? I did not fashion you to be tormented by worry, to drag your life along like a heavy load. I created you for joy, for freedom, for you to know what true peace is. The burdens you carry come not only from outside but also from within you. There are fears that have taken root deep in your soul for so long that you no longer recognize them. The fear of rejection, the fear of betrayal, the fear of not being good enough, the fear that you will never achieve what you desire. These fears not only make you anxious but also cause you to lose faith in yourself. You doubt your own worth. You compare yourself to others. You feel like you are never enough. You try to do more. You strain to prove you are worthy. But the harder you try, the more exhausted you feel. The more you run, the more lost you feel. I want you to understand one thing. You do not need to prove your worth to me. You have had value from the moment you were created. You don't need to chase the world's standards or force yourself into the molds others set for you. I saw you even before you were aware of yourself. I knew who you were. I loved you not because of what you could do but because you are my child. The burdens you carry may come from the past, from memories you cannot erase. There is pain you thought you had forgotten, but it's still there, deep in your heart, like a wound that never fully healed. Words that hurt you, actions by others that caused you pain, you carry these things as if they are part of you. But my child, I want you to know that you don't need to hold on to those things anymore. The past does not define you. What you have experienced does not determine who you are. I can make you new. I can heal you. I can give you a fresh start. Some burdens come from responsibilities you feel you cannot let go of. You worry about your family, you carry the weight of work, you feel you must take care of everyone, worry about everything, and gradually you forget yourself. You've spent so much time thinking about others, meeting their expectations, that you no longer remember you also need rest. But my child, I did not create you to carry the whole world on your shoulders. There are things you need to place in my hands. There are burdens you need to set down so I can carry them for you. I know you are afraid. You fear that if you stop trying, everything will collapse. You fear that if you stop carrying the load, no one will do it for you. But my child, trust me. I hold all things in my hands. I am the one who directs everything. Nothing is outside my control. You don't need to carry this world because I have already done that for you. Today I want you to lay down every burden. Don't hold on to the hurts, the worries, the pressures. Don't let these things continue to weigh you down, to make you fall. Let me carry them away. Let me give you lightness and serenity. Let me fill you with peace that surpasses all understanding. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine each burden being lifted from your shoulders. You no longer have to fear. You no longer have to carry the things that caused you pain. You are being set free. You are walking in the true freedom I give you. Now take a step of faith. Write a comment. I lay down all my burdens. I believe the Lord has set me free, and I will walk in the freedom He gives. Declare it boldly. Don't be afraid, don't hesitate. When you speak it in faith, heaven will respond. Today I have lifted the burden from your shoulders. Walk forward with a heart full of hope, for you are no longer alone. You are my child, and I love you more than anything in this world. Right in this moment, I want you to stop and look deep into your soul. Ask yourself, what has made you this tired? What has stolen your peace? Are you carrying burdens you haven't even recognized? I see clearly everything held within your heart. I understand every worry, every concern that troubles you. But my child, you were not born to live a life full of burdens. You were not created to be tormented by constant sorrow. Today I come to lift them away, to give you a new life, a life no longer bound by anxiety, suffering, or fear. Some burdens you didn't create yourself. They came from the words and actions of others. Since when did harsh criticisms cling tightly to your mind? Since when did you let the disdainful looks of others determine your worth? Do you know? This world is always changing, and people's hearts change easily too, but your value in my eyes never changes. You are not what others think of you. You are not bound by the negative words they have spoken. If you have ever been shamed, looked down upon, underestimated, remember that I saw it all. I didn't just stand by watching. I have always been beside you, witnessing you endure in silence. But my child, you don't need to keep holding on to those wounds. Put them down. Let me wipe away every tear you have shed. Some burdens come from the expectations you set for yourself. You want to be perfect. You want to achieve everything. You want to prove to the world that you have value. But do you know? You don't need to keep running this race forever. You don't need to carry the pressure of always being strong, always successful, always the person everyone expects. I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be honest with yourself. If you are tired, let me be your resting place. If you feel like falling, let me be the one who lifts you up. I don't look at what you have. I look at you, at the soul I created. Some burdens come from the losses in life. Maybe you lost someone you loved. Maybe you lost an opportunity you hoped for. Maybe you lost precious things you cherished. That loss causes you pain, makes you feel empty, makes you wonder if anything can fill the void. But my child, do you know that I am the one who gives and takes away? The things you have lost are not the end. If you let me lead you, I will bring you a new path, a new hope, a wholeness you cannot find anywhere else. Some burdens come from the injustice you have endured. Maybe you were betrayed by someone you trusted. Maybe you were hurt by things you didn't deserve. Have you ever asked yourself why this happened to you? Have you ever thought you didn't deserve to be treated that way? I know. I see it all clearly. But my child, you don't need to hold on to resentment in your heart. If you let those hurts remain, they will become chains that bind you. You don't need to carry hatred. You don't need to wallow in painful thoughts. Let me free you from those burdens. Let me grant you forgiveness so you can walk on, unbound by what others have done to you. Some burdens come from fears you dare not speak aloud. You fear you will fail. You fear you are not good enough. You fear you will never achieve what you desire. But my child, do you know that I have never set you on a path for which I do not have a plan? If you feel lost, let me be the light that guides you. If you feel weak, let me be your strength. Don't let fear control you anymore. Don't let things that haven't happened terrify you. Your future is not in your hands but in mine. And today I want you to lay all of it down. Don't hold on to it anymore. Don't continue carrying burdens you don't need to bear. Let me take them all away so you can walk in lightness, so you can feel true peace. You don't need to run. You don't need to strain anymore. You just need to come to me, just need to believe that I will do it for you. Now take a step of faith. Write a comment. Today I choose to lay down every burden. I believe God has set me free, and I will live in His peace. Declare it boldly. Let that statement become truth in your life. And believe that from today on, you no longer have to live under pressure, no longer have to endure the burdens you have carried for so long. Today I have lifted the burden from your shoulders. Walk forward with a heart full of hope, for you are no longer alone. You are my child, and I love you more than anything in this world. Perhaps you are wondering, how do I truly let go of these burdens? How can I feel the lightness the Lord promises? My child, I want you to know that laying down burdens is not something you can do in your own strength. If you keep trying to let go by sheer willpower, you will find yourself falling back into the same cycle, picking up the anxieties and pressures you tried to set down. But what I want you to do is not to fight on your own, but to surrender completely. Come to me not as someone searching for answers, but as a child returning to a father's arms. When you come to me, you don't need to bring a plan, you don't need to have an escape route ready. You just need to offer up everything that is making you weary. You can tell me everything, even the things you've never told anyone, even the hurts you've hidden for so long. I will never criticize you, never turn away from you. When you come to me, I will embrace you and give you a peace the world cannot give. Have you ever felt like this world is too harsh? Have you seen how easily people's hearts change, how easily they betray? I know you have experienced things that made you lose faith in love, in sincerity. Maybe you gave your whole heart to someone only to receive betrayal in return. Maybe you placed all your hope in something only to see it shatter before your eyes. Have you ever been so disappointed that you didn't dare to believe in anything anymore? But my child, though the world changes, though people's hearts change, I never change. I do not love you the way the world loves, a conditional love, a limited love. My love for you is eternal, unchanging, unshakable. I love you not because you are perfect, not because you are always strong, but because you are my child. Even when you feel unworthy, I still love you. Even when you fall into darkness, I still seek you. There is nothing you can do to make me love you less, and nothing you can do to make me love you more, because my love for you was complete from the very beginning. Look back on your life. Do you realize that even in the darkest moments, I was always there? There were times you thought you were utterly alone, but in reality, I never left your side. I protected you from things you never knew. There were doors that closed in your life not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I saw ahead what you could not see. There were paths you wanted to take, but I blocked them not because I wanted you to be disappointed, but because I had a better way for you. But my child, you will never see that if you keep holding on to the burdens in your heart. If you keep clinging to the old things, you cannot receive the new things I want to give you. If you keep looking back at the past, you cannot see the future I have prepared. Are you ready? Ready to lay it all down? Ready to believe that I have a wonderful plan for you? I know there are things you don't understand right now. I know there are losses that feel irreplaceable. But my child, you don't have to understand everything to be able to trust. You don't have to see the whole picture to be able to walk forward. You just need to believe that I am holding your hand and I will never let you go astray. Close your eyes and imagine. If you no longer had to worry, if you were no longer weighed down by pressure, if you could walk with a light soul, how would you feel? That is what I want for you. That is the life I have prepared. Not a life without challenges, but a life where you no longer have to carry every burden alone. Now take a step of faith. Write a comment. Today I let go of all burdens. I believe God is leading me into a new life full of peace. Declare it with a heart full of faith, because when you speak those words, heaven listens and I will act in your life. I have lifted the burden from your shoulders. Stand up. Walk forward with a light soul. Let my light shine on the path ahead, because you are no longer alone, because you belong to me, because I love you with a love that never fades. Have you ever stood at the crossroads of life, not knowing which way to turn? Have you ever felt like you were lost, as if every path led to disappointment? There were times you tried to go one way, but then you stumbled, turned back to the old path, and wondered why nothing ever changed. I see you. I know you are exhausted. You have been searching for too long. You have run down one road after another, hoping for a change, hoping there would be somewhere you could feel at peace. But my child, peace is not found in the things you are pursuing. It's not in success, not in others' approval, not in controlling everything according to your will. True peace can only come when you completely entrust your life to me. Consider this. If you keep holding tightly to your burdens, how can you receive the new things I want to give you? You cannot cling to the past while hoping for a bright future. You cannot hold on to fear while hoping to find peace. If you want to step into something new, you must be willing to set down the old. You must learn to let go. Maybe you're afraid that if you let go, you will lose yourself. Maybe you think that without those burdens, you won't know who you are anymore. But my child, you are not defined by your pain. You are not the failures you have experienced. You are not the criticisms others have spoken. You are not the wounds etched deep in your heart. I never created you to carry those things. I created you with a higher purpose, a life bigger than you can imagine. But you cannot live that life fully if you keep holding on to burdens you should have let go of long ago. Look back and see how many expectations you have placed on yourself. Have you told yourself you must achieve this or do that to feel worthy? Have you thought that if you don't meet others' expectations, you will be a failure? But my child, you don't need to prove your worth to anyone. You don't need to achieve a certain status to be loved. Your value is not in what you do but in who you are. Even when you accomplish nothing, even when you feel small and weak, you are still my child, and that alone makes you more valuable than anything the world can define. I know you have felt this world is unfair. I know you have given your heart completely to someone only to be hurt. I know you believe there were people who would never leave you, but then you realized nothing lasts forever. These things have left deep wounds in your heart, making you afraid to trust, making you always on guard, causing you to withdraw for fear of being hurt again. But my child, you were not created to live in suspicion and fear. You were not born to always be defensive, always keeping everyone at a distance. Do you know? When you hold too tightly to old hurts, you are also building a wall that prevents new love from reaching you. If you keep looking at those who left, how can you recognize the people I am sending into your life? If you keep holding on to resentment, how can you find freedom? Think of someone carrying a heavy bag of rocks on their back. At first, they might think they are strong enough. But the farther they walk, the more tired their legs become, the more stooped their back gets. Then one day they forget what freedom feels like, forget that they never needed to carry that bag of rocks in the first place. That is you, my child. You have carried these burdens for so long that you think they are a part of you. But no, you were not created to carry them. Lay them down. Let me take them away. Let yourself be light again. I want you to do something. Close your eyes and think about everything that is making you weary. Imagine each burden you have carried, perhaps the pain, the pressure, the expectations, the losses. Then imagine placing each one into my hands. You don't need to hold them anymore. Let me carry them away. And as you do that, you will feel something. Lightness, a peace you haven't known before. Now take a step of faith. Write a comment. Today I choose to let go of all burdens. I'm no longer bound by what hurt me. I believe God has set me free, and I walk in the freedom He gives. Say it boldly. Declare it in faith, because when you do this, I will act in your life. Today I have lifted the burden from your shoulders. You no longer have to live in pain. You no longer have to walk with a heavy heart. Step out of the darkness. Step into the light. Let joy return to your heart, because you are no longer alone, because I am holding your hand, because you are my child, and I love you with a love nothing can change. Do you know? There are things I have prepared for you, but you have never received them because your hands are still busy clutching the old things. You hold on to hurts, painful memories, nostalgia for what is lost. You fear that if you let go, you will have nothing left. But my child, how can I place new things into your hands if you are unwilling to open them to receive? You are holding on to things that no longer belong to you. The past is gone. What is lost will not return. But ahead of you is a new path, a future I have ordained. If you keep looking back, you will not see what lies ahead. I have seen you many times standing on the brink of exhaustion, just wanting to give up, just wanting to stop everything. You have lain there silently in the dark, wondering if anyone saw your pain. You have hidden your tears, smiling in front of others, but inside you was an unending storm. You thought no one could understand what you were going through. But I understand. I saw it all. I listened to your every sigh, every plea, even those you never spoke aloud. And I want you to know that you are not alone. I am here, and I am ready to lift the burdens you have carried for so long. Maybe you have grown accustomed to living in suffering. Maybe you have accepted that this is just how your life is, that you cannot change it, that you will forever be a victim of what happened to you. But I tell you, you were not created to live in bondage. You were not born to carry pain forever. I did not make you just to endure. I created you with a greater purpose, a life full of joy, peace, and hope. But you cannot step into that life if you keep believing you are unworthy, if you keep believing you cannot have happiness. Then you yourself are closing the door before you. Do you remember the days you forced yourself to walk on, weary? Do you remember the times you thought you had overcome, but then just one small thing happened and it was enough to make you crumble? That is because you haven't truly laid your burdens down. You grew so used to living with them that you thought you could endure. But in reality you were becoming more and more exhausted. Think about someone hiking a long distance with a heavy backpack. At first they might still be able to walk. But the farther they go, the more their shoulders sag, the heavier their legs become, until at some point they realize they cannot take another step. That is you. You are carrying unnecessary burdens and they are slowing you down, exhausting you, making you forget that you were meant to live a life of freedom. Do you know what happens when you entrust your burdens to me? You will feel as if an invisible cord has been untied from your heart. You will realize you don't have to manage everything yourself anymore. You will realize you don't need to be falsely strong, don't need to pretend you are okay when you are actually falling apart. When you lay those things down, you will feel lighter. You will find your soul revived. I do not promise that your life will be without trials, but I promise that when you walk with me, you will no longer have to carry everything alone. I will support you. I will give you strength you never knew you had. Maybe you are afraid. Afraid that if you let go, you will lose control. Afraid that if you entrust everything to me, you won't know what will happen next. But my child, have you ever truly been in control of everything? Have you ever succeeded in arranging everything according to your will? Do you remember the times you tried to plan, but things still didn't turn out as you hoped? That is because you are not the one holding the future. Only I know what awaits you ahead. And if you place your trust in me, you will not have to worry about tomorrow. You will no longer have to live in fear, no longer have to worry about things beyond your reach. Today I want you to do something. Think about all the things that are making you weary. List them one by one, the worries, the fears, the things that make you feel bound. Then imagine placing them into my hands. Picture me lifting each burden away. Every pain, every fear, let me take them away. And when you do, you will feel a lightness spread through your soul. Now walk in faith. Write this down. I am no longer bound by the past. I am no longer pressured by the things that weary me. Today I walk in the freedom God gives me. Don't hesitate. Declare it boldly, because when you speak in faith, heaven will respond. Every declaration you make has power. Today is the day you step into a new freedom. Today is the day you step out from the heaviness, from the burdens that have weighed you down for so long. Let your heart be at ease. Let your soul find rest. Let my light shine within you. Because I love you. Because you are never alone. Because you belong to me. Do you know that every day I watch over your every step, whether you realize it or not? Every time you bow your head in exhaustion, every time you feel hopeless, every time your heart is heavy with unnamed worries, I am still right beside you. You might think I have been silent, that I haven't seen your pain, that I haven't cared about the tears you tried to hide. But my child, not a single tear of yours falls that I don't understand. Not one sigh escapes you that I don't hear. There is no wound in your heart that I don't feel. I am never far from you, even when you feel as though I have disappeared. The truth is, I am always here. I wait for you to turn back, wait for you to trust me, wait for you to lay your burdens down and let me lift you up. Today I want you to understand something. You were not born to live in suffering. You were not created merely to endure and tolerate. Your life is not meant to be a series of weary days, burdens, and failures. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not defined by past mistakes. You are not bound by the hurtful words others have spoken over you. You are not a victim of circumstances. I have placed within you something more precious than anything you can imagine. I have placed in you a strong spirit, a light no one can extinguish, a will capable of overcoming the greatest adversities. But you have forgotten this. You have allowed yesterday's failures to bind you. You have allowed others' words to control you. You have allowed fear to hold you back. You have let the weight of life obscure the truth that you were born to overcome. Look at yourself again. Remember the days when you were a child, when you didn't know anxiety, when you didn't know fear, when you ran and played with a free heart, when you smiled without thinking about tomorrow. That is what I want you to have again, not innocence but freedom, not carelessness but faith, not ignorance but surrender. Because when you place your trust in me, you will no longer fear tomorrow. When you entrust your life to me, you will no longer worry about things beyond your control. Perhaps you're thinking this is difficult. Perhaps you think you've grown so used to the burden that you don't know how to live without it anymore. Perhaps you think that if you let these things go, you will become weak. But my child, true strength isn't found in gritting your teeth and enduring. It's knowing when to let go. True strength isn't always appearing tough. It's knowing when to ask for help. True strength isn't walking alone in the darkness. It's daring to step into the light and let me lead you. How many times have you tried to handle everything yourself? How many times did you think you could solve every problem on your own? How many times did you think you didn't need anyone's help, that you had to be strong by yourself? And how many times did you end up exhausted, collapsing, feeling empty? How many times have you felt that no matter how hard you tried, nothing changed? That is because you were carrying a burden you were never created to bear. It's because you tried to control things you should have entrusted to me. Today, I want you to do something. Stop. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And imagine placing everything that makes you tired into my hands. The worries about the future, the hurts from the past, the negative thoughts about yourself, the things that cause you pain, the pressures you carry. Entrust them to me. Let me carry them away. Let me lift the weight from your shoulders. And when you do that, you will feel a lightness you've never known before. You will realize you don't have to carry it all yourself anymore. You will realize you are not alone. Now, I want you to declare this in faith. Write it down. I believe God is lifting every burden from me. I believe I am no longer bound by fear, anxiety, or pain. I believe today I step into a life of freedom. Write it down. Speak it out. Declare it. Because when you speak in faith, heaven responds. When you dare to believe, you will see miracles happen in your life. Today is the day you are set free. Today is the day you step into a new chapter. Let me take your hand. Let me lead you. Let me show you that you are not alone, you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten. You are not defined by mistakes, failures, or pain. You were born to overcome. You were born to live a life full of peace, hope, and joy. Believe it, take hold of it, and walk in the freedom I give you. Because I love you. Because you belong to me. And because I have never left your side. Do you realize that every day you live is an opportunity to step into the renewal I have prepared for you? But why do you still carry the chains of the past? Why do you still let old failures define your future? I do not want you to live in bondage. I do not want you to drown in fear and burdens that do not belong to you. Today, I come to lift the weight from your shoulders so you can walk with a free spirit, so you can experience the peace and power I destined for you even before you were born. There are times you look around and see others who seem to have easier lives. You compare yourself to them and then you ask yourself, why do I have to endure so much? Why must I carry sorrows that others seemingly don't have? You don't know that everyone has their own journey. But what I want you to understand is that you are not a victim. You are not the weak one. You were not born to be overwhelmed by difficulties. The challenges you face are not punishment. They are preparation. They don't come to destroy you but to build you up, to make you stronger. Don't you see? In the storm, the roots of the tree grow deeper into the earth. In the fire, gold becomes purer. And in adversity, your soul is forged into a warrior. But you cannot move forward if you keep holding on to the things that exhaust you. I see you straining under too heavy a load. I see you trying to appear strong when inside you are weary. You are afraid to let go because you think if you don't control everything, it will all fall apart. But my child, you are not the one in control of all things. I am. You think you must fight on your own, but I have always been here to fight for you. You think you must find the way out, but I have already prepared the path for you. Look back at the times in the past when you thought you couldn't make it. Remember the moments you thought everything was over. But what happened? You are still here. You made it through. And it wasn't because you were strong enough, but because I carried you, even when you didn't realize it. I opened doors you couldn't see. I placed people in your life at the right time. I held you up when you wanted to give up. And today I will continue to do that. I will never leave you. But you must learn to put down what doesn't belong to you. You cannot go far if you keep carrying old wounds. You cannot see the light if you keep holding on to darkness. You cannot step into the future I have for you if you keep clinging to the pains of the past. Don't let what you've been through define you. Don't let those who hurt you determine your worth. Don't let the mistakes you've made cause you to forget that I am the one who makes all things new. Today I invite you to do something. Close your eyes. Imagine you are standing before me, and my arms are open wide to receive you. Picture yourself carrying a large bag filled with the burdens you've carried for so many years. Inside are fear, pain, disappointments, shattered dreams, criticisms, painful memories. Now lay it down at my feet. Let me take it away. Feel the relief as your shoulders are freed from the weight. Feel the peace flood your soul. You no longer have to fight on your own. You no longer have to pretend you are okay when inside you are breaking apart. You no longer have to strive to prove anything to anyone. Because I have chosen you. Because you had value even before you accomplished anything. Because you belong to me, not because you are perfect but because I love you. Stand up. Lift your head high. Walk with the confidence of someone who knows they are protected by the Most High. Live like someone who has been set free. And declare this right now: I believe God has lifted the burden from me. I believe I am stepping into a new life, no longer bound by fear, anxiety, or pain. I believe God is opening the way for me, and I walk forward with joy and peace. Write it down. Declare it in faith. Because when you speak it, you are agreeing with what I have already done for you. And when you agree, it will become reality in your life. Remember, you are not alone. Remember, I never leave you. Remember, you do not fight alone. Remember, nothing can separate you from the love I have for you. And walk in the freedom I give you. Because from this moment on, the burden upon you has been lifted. Do you know that I have seen your tears? Every tear that falls is not meaningless. Every time you sigh in the dark of night, every time you feel lonely in the midst of crowds, every time you have to force a smile while your heart is heavy, I see it all. No pain of yours is invisible to me. But my child, today I want you to understand that you don't have to live in that darkness forever. I have come to break the chains, to open the doors, to light up your life. You used to believe that if you did better, if you tried harder, if you didn't make mistakes, then you would be accepted, loved, recognized. But you've grown so tired of that, haven't you? You've run as hard as you could, you've done everything possible, but you still feel empty. I want you to know that my love for you does not depend on what you do or don't do. I love you even when you are weak. I love you even when you fail. My love is unconditional, limitless, unchanging regardless of circumstances. There are wounds in your heart you've grown so accustomed to that you think they are part of you. There are criticisms others have spoken to you, hurts you've endured since childhood, harsh words you've heard so many times you've come to believe they are true. But my child, they are not the truth. I did not create you to be useless. I did not form you to be rejected. What others say about you does not define you. What your past says about you is not the final word. The final word belongs to me. And I say you are valuable. You are chosen. You are loved. And I will never turn my back on you. Place your hand on your chest right now. Feel your heart beating. That is proof that you are still alive, that I am still sustaining you, that I still have a plan for you. If I didn't have a plan for you, you wouldn't still be here. If I didn't still want to use you, I wouldn't continue to preserve you. But you are still breathing, still existing because I have prepared a path for you to walk. But you cannot walk it if you let the past bind you. You cannot move forward if you keep carrying old hurts. There are things you need to let go of today. There are people you need to forgive, not because they deserve your forgiveness but because you deserve to be free. Every time you hold on to resentment, you are locking yourself in a cage. Every time you replay the painful words others said, you are allowing them to continue hurting you. But today I come to open that prison door. Let it go. Lay it down. Let me carry away the burdens you no longer need to bear. Imagine you are standing in a wide open field. The wind blows gently on your face and the light shines down, illuminating you. You are no longer bound. You no longer have to bow your head. You no longer have to hide your pain. Because today I place a new robe on you, a robe of righteousness, of glory, of power. You are no longer the victim. You are no longer the failure. You are no longer the abandoned one. You are my child and you are free. Do you believe that? If you believe, write this down right now. I choose freedom. I choose to let God carry away my burdens. I am no longer bound by the fears, the hurts, the failures of the past. I walk in His light and peace. Declare it with all your heart because when you speak it in faith, heaven responds. Walk without fear. Go forward without doubt. Live without being crushed by the weight of what is past. Because today I have made you new, and you will never have to return to that darkness again. Do you realize that sometimes in life, you easily get caught up in the illusion of perfection? You always feel you have to do something to prove you are worthy of my love, of the acceptance of those around you, and even recognition from yourself. You feel that if you don't achieve these goals, you will be a failure. But I want you to know that the perfection you seek is not the destination. Your destination is freedom, peace in your heart, the understanding that you are already enough and always have been, in my love. Don't mistakenly believe you have to become some ideal version of yourself to be loved. You have always been loved even when you were incomplete. My love for you is not based on what you do but because you belong to me. You don't have to prove yourself to me. I knew you before you were formed, before you could understand what was happening around you. Stop for a moment and think about this. Have you ever felt exhausted running the race against the expectations that society, family, and even you yourself have set? You're tired of having to prove you can do it all, endure it all, overcome every difficulty without anyone seeing the deep pain hidden in your heart. You feel pressured by standards you think you must meet to be loved, recognized, accepted. But I want you to know that those standards are not what I set for you. You don't need to prove yourself to me. You don't need to fight for my love. My love for you is eternal, unchanging, unconditional. Whether you accomplish everything or nothing, I still love you just as you are, in every circumstance of your life. You must understand that I don't want you to live in stress, exhaustion, and anxiety. I don't want you to carry burdens on your shoulders that you could never remove on your own. These things only leave you feeling drained, lifeless, and dim the light within you. I have come to help you find freedom so you are no longer held back by endless worries, no longer haunted by things that don't belong to you. Think of the times you sat alone in a dark room, feeling like no one understood the pain you were enduring. Think of the times you felt disappointed because what you did wasn't enough, wasn't perfect. But even in those moments, I still loved you. I don't love you for what you can do. I love you because you are my child, because you are part of the plan I have for you. You don't need to hold on to those worries. You don't need to live in anxiety and fear about the future, about things that haven't happened yet. You have been given a new day to live, a new opportunity to grow and learn. Don't let worries about things beyond your control dominate your life. Learn to let those anxieties go. Learn not to carry the weight of tomorrow, of things yet to come. Live in the present moment where I am with you, where I am walking alongside you step by step, minute by minute, second by second. Let each day be an opportunity for you to recognize my presence in your life, for you to see that nothing is too difficult when I am beside you. I don't want you to go through this life alone. I have given you everything you need to live a fulfilled life. But you must know that freedom comes from letting go of what no longer serves you, letting go of worries about what hasn't happened, and especially letting go of the hurts you've carried throughout your journey. Those wounds are not what make you strong. You become strong when you know how to let go and allow me to heal you. You cannot move forward if you keep clinging to the past. You cannot step into the new light if you still hold on to the old darkness. I will not let you carry that weight any longer. Let those burdens fall away because they are not part of you. I have come to set you free from them so you can live in the peace you deserve. I have come to take away the burdens you don't need to carry. Today I will take all your anxieties, your hurts, your burdens, and you will be free. You will walk in freedom, in lightness, and in peace. Remember, I did not come to make you heavier. I came to help you remove the chains and walk with joy and freedom. Believe that today will be the first day you live without that weight on your shoulders. Believe that I will always be with you wherever you go, whatever challenges you face. Because you are my child and I will never let you fight alone. Today I want you to understand another important thing. Your life is not a series of random events, but a journey guided by me, a journey I mapped out before you were even born. Every step you take has a reason. Every joy, every sorrow, are parts of the story I am writing for you. You are not an anonymous person in this universe, but an important part of my grand plan. Remember that whenever you feel tired, whenever you feel you cannot go on, I will be there, right beside you, never abandoning you. The challenges you encounter are not signs that you are unloved. They are opportunities for you to grow, to learn, to find the inner strength you never knew you had. Have you ever felt like you were standing at a major crossroads in life? Times when you didn't know where to go, what to do, and felt like everything was slipping out of control? But my child, that is precisely when I want you to trust more deeply in my guidance. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to understand everything because I already know where you are going and what you will do. Don't worry when you can't see the entire path ahead, because I have already prepared that path for you, a path where I will always walk with you every step of the way. I know you have been very strong fighting life's battles alone. But your true strength is not in doing everything by yourself, but in knowing that I will always be beside you whenever you need me. Don't be afraid when you can't carry everything yourself, because you don't have to do it alone. Let me share the burden with you. Let me take away the worries and fears you cannot overcome on your own. When you entrust them to me, you will feel a peace and strength you've never known before. I don't want you to carry unnecessary burdens. My love for you is not conditional. I love you not because you are perfect, not because you do everything right. I love you because you are my child and you always have value in my eyes. You don't have to seek validation from anyone else but me. My validation is sufficient, and it is the most important thing you need to know. When you believe in my love, you will realize that everything you are doing, everything you have experienced, is part of the wonderful journey I have prepared for you. Every challenge, every failure, every success has a purpose. I do not let you face difficulties you cannot overcome. The pain you feel, the wounds you carry, will become testaments to the resilience and strength I have placed within you. Believe that you are not alone on this path. When you walk in my light, you will see that things become clearer, and what seemed insurmountable will become manageable. Sometimes you may feel you are not strong enough, not talented enough, not confident enough. But my child, I don't love you for what you can achieve. I love you because you are my child. And precisely because you are my child, you carry within you a strength far beyond what you can imagine. When you feel weak, that is when I will lift you up. When you feel you cannot continue, I will be the source of strength for you to stand up and move forward. Because you never have to fight alone. I have come to bring peace, freedom, and joy to you. You don't need to live in fear and anxiety anymore. Don't let fears dominate your life. Don't let them prevent you from walking the path I have laid out for you. Learn to let go, to live in faith and love. When you live in that faith, you will see that everything you do has meaning, and every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. I love you, my beloved child. And wherever you go, whatever you do, I will always be beside you, walking with you through every moment of your life. Let me take away the burdens you don't need to carry. Let me make you new. And let your life become a journey full of joy and peace in my love. Are you ready? There are times in life when you will feel caught in a whirlwind of relentless events, feeling like there's no stopping point, as if this life is just an endless series of trials. You wonder if you can stand firm, if you have enough strength to continue the journey. And sometimes, deep within your heart, these doubts are not easily dispelled. You might feel so tired that you no longer know where to go, what to do, or if you can possibly overcome the great waves of life. But today, I want you to understand that it is precisely in those moments that I will be the place where you find peace. I will be the one holding your hand, leading you through the inner storms, through the times you feel you cannot go on. My beloved child, I know that life is sometimes not easy. It is never without challenges, never without difficulties you must face. But these challenges are not meant to make you fail. They are meant to help you see the hidden strength within you, to help you realize that even in your weakest moments, you can still stand up and fight. When you face pain, you will discover your strength. When you feel failure, it is in those moments you will learn how to stand firm. Remember, challenges do not diminish your value. On the contrary, they are opportunities for you to see your true worth. I don't want you to live in fear or worry about things beyond your control. Let everything flow. Don't try to hold on to everything yourself. You can let go of what doesn't belong to you, the burdens you have carried for so long. I have come to set you free from those things so you can be free, so you don't have to continue carrying unnecessary weight. My beloved child, you don't have to do it all alone. You are not a solitary warrior on the battlefield of life. I am your companion, the one who will help carry your burden, the one who will always be beside you whenever you need me. Don't be afraid when you feel you can't do everything, because you don't have to carry this world alone. It is when you learn to entrust everything to me, when you place your faith in me, that you will feel lighter, that you will feel the peace that comes from me. When you stop trying to control everything, when you trust in my guidance, you will find an unseen strength that helps you overcome every difficulty. Remember, every step in this life I am always beside you. I have been and always will be there, in every joy, in every sorrow, in the times you feel you cannot go on. Let me take away the burdens you cannot remove yourself. Let me help you. Because when you entrust everything to me, you will see that everything becomes easier, every problem becomes clearer. You don't have to fear or worry about the future anymore. You don't have to live in anxiety about things you cannot change. Live fully in the present moment, where I am always present with you. My beloved child, I not only want to help you overcome the difficulties you are facing, but I also want you to find peace in all circumstances. Peace is not the absence of trials, but steadfastness of soul when facing trials. Peace is the understanding that no matter what happens, I am with you, and nothing can truly harm the soul entrusted to me. No matter what changes, I will always be there beside you, my child, loving and supporting you. Learn to find peace right in the midst of difficulties, right in the midst of pain, right in the midst of trials. When you have peace within your heart, nothing can shake you. I want you to understand that regardless of what you are going through, I still love you. I am still always here, and I will always lift the burdens you don't need to carry. Trust in my love, for that love is eternal. When you know that I am always beside you, when you place your trust in me, you will feel as though the burden has been lifted, and your heart will become lighter. Live with the belief that I will never let you face life alone. I will always be there, walking with you, sharing every burden and soothing your heart each day. You don't need to worry about things beyond your control. You just need to trust in me, and I will make everything clearer. My beloved child, let me make you lighter, more peaceful, and freer in my love. Because I love you, and I will never let you suffer alone. Entrust everything to me and walk forward in faith and love. In those moments when you feel like you cannot go on, when the strength within you seems depleted, and your steps become heavy, it is precisely then that I want you to remember you do not walk alone. Look back at what you have overcome, the times you fell but got back up, the difficulties you thought you couldn't surpass but then you did. In those very moments, I was always beside you, giving you strength so you could continue. Never forget that although this life sometimes brings challenges that seem insurmountable, I never let you fight alone. Every time you feel weak, I will be your strength to stand up. When you feel you are no longer capable, I will be the one helping you take the next step. Don't let fear, anxiety, or insecurity dominate your soul. Place your trust in me, for I am the one who knows you best, who understands the things you haven't said, the things you cannot share with anyone else. Your worries, your unfulfilled dreams, they are all held within my heart. Every time you cry, I will wipe away your tears, and when you laugh, I will rejoice with you. When you feel you are not enough, I will remind you that you are enough. You always are. The challenges you face are not your end. They are just a part of the greater journey I have mapped out. When you overcome a trial, you will find yourself stronger, wiser, and closer to me. My beloved child, you don't need to understand everything, but I want you to feel my love in every moment. I want you to believe that no matter where life takes you, I will always be the one guiding you. Every step on this journey has a purpose, and every challenge you face is an opportunity for you to grow. Don't see difficulties as bad things, because it is precisely those difficulties that will help you develop and become stronger in faith. When you feel tired, when you no longer have the strength, it is then that you will feel the love and power I grant you. The peace you seek is not found in the absence of trials, but when you find comfort in my embrace. I will always be the one reaching out to help, so you never have to carry everything alone. Every time you feel you cannot continue, remember that I am there, ready to help, ready to lift you up. Life will not always be peaceful days, but when you walk with me, you will find that you can overcome any storm. Every time you look back, you will see that no matter how many difficulties you went through, each trial helped you become stronger and closer to me. Those hardships will become testimonies to your resilience and faith. I will always be present like a light in the darkness, helping you see the path ahead. Never forget that I never leave you, and my love never changes, even in the most difficult times. When you learn to entrust everything to me, you will feel a freedom, a lightness in your soul that you cannot find anywhere else but in trusting me. Let me carry the burdens you cannot bear, so you can live a lighter, freer life. I do not want you to suffer alone, and I will always be the one beside you, watching over your every step. You don't need to be afraid when you don't know what the future holds, because I have already laid out the path for you, a path I prepared for you even before you were born. Every step you take, whether small or large, is part of the great plan I have for you. When you don't understand why you must go through these trials, remember that I know, and I will help you overcome them. Don't rush to judge what is happening, because these things will lead you to a better place, a place where you will find tranquility and peace in my love. Your life is not a battle you must fight alone. It is a journey I will walk with you step by step. Trust in my guidance, and know that every trial is part of that journey, helping you grow stronger in faith and love. Whenever you feel weary, do not hesitate to come to me, for I am always here waiting for you. Let me help you set down the burdens of life so you can live a life that is lighter and full of joy. I love you and will always love you forever. In the moments you feel suffocated and exhausted, when the world seems to be crashing down on your shoulders, I want you to remember that it is precisely then that I am closest to you. When everything seems beyond your control, when you cannot see an end, let me be the one to lift you up, to be the source of strength for you to continue. Sometimes you will feel like you are being swallowed by emotions, by the relentless challenges that keep coming, but you do not have to face them alone. The difficulties in life are not the end, but opportunities for you to learn and grow. Sometimes we endure things we don't understand, wondering why these trials exist, but each trial is part of the journey you must walk, part of the story you will write for your life. Never think that life is just a series of endless, inescapable sufferings. Every time you fall, I will help you stand up. Every time you feel you don't have enough strength left, it is I who will give you more power so you can continue. Don't carry too heavy a burden yourself. Don't let things you cannot change drag you down. Let me take away the worries, the fears, and you will feel peace within your soul. Everything will pass, and you will see that you are stronger after overcoming each challenge. My beloved child, I did not come to make you suffer long in pain. I came to free you from the burdens you cannot carry on your own. When you place your trust in me, I will make you feel lighter. I will grant you the freedom to live the life you deserve, not dominated by things beyond your control. I will be the one holding your hand, guiding you through those trials, and you will realize that you do not have to walk alone. Don't separate yourself from my love. Every time you feel lost, I will be the one showing you the way. Let me be the guiding light in the darkness, the shelter for you when you feel weakest. All your burdens, all your anxieties, I will take them away, and you will find that you can continue with steadfast faith. Life may make you feel weary, but I will make you feel peaceful in every step you take. When you look at life and see you are walking a long road, I want you to remember that every step has meaning. Even if you feel this world is vast and full of challenges, I am still beside you, always ready to help you overcome every difficulty. What you are facing, whether it's loneliness or loss, are inevitable parts of life, but you do not have to endure them alone. Trust that wherever you go, I am always beside you, ready to help you overcome any obstacle. When you feel discouraged, you can find strength in the stillness of your soul, in the love I have for you. Sometimes, when we stop fighting against things we cannot change, we find the peace we need. My child, life will always test you, but every test is an opportunity for you to find the hidden strength within yourself. The moments that seem impossible to continue are precisely when you will discover a resilience you never knew you had. Remember that I am not only the one holding your hand in difficult times, but also the one reminding you of the powerful potential within you, a strength you haven't yet realized. Let me help you discover the abilities you didn't know you possessed, abilities that only become apparent when facing hardship. Difficulties are not the final turn in your life's road. Each challenge is just a part of the long journey I have arranged for you. Never look at difficulties and think they are the end. They are just trials through which you will learn and grow stronger. When you trust in me, you will realize that nothing is impossible to overcome. No matter how great the challenge, I will always be beside you so you can overcome everything. I don't just want you to overcome difficulties, but also to find joy and peace right in the midst of those trials. When you look at difficulties and see the strength within yourself, you will realize that each challenge is just a small step on the great path I have prepared for you. My beloved child, never feel too small before life. Even if you feel you are not enough, I will be the one helping you realize that you always are. Don't force yourself to carry everything alone, because I will always be the one supporting you. Let me be the strength for you to keep going so you don't have to worry about things you cannot change. I will always be beside you, not just when you are strong but also when you are weak. Let me be the one to lift you when you have no strength left, and I will always guide you no matter the circumstances. The trials you are experiencing are not the end, but an opportunity for you to see the hidden strength within yourself. Believe in that strength, because when you trust in me, everything will become easier. I will never let you face this life alone. I love you and will always be there to support you in every step you take. When life brings you to dark places, where you feel you don't have the strength to continue, remember that I am always there beside you. You do not have to walk in darkness alone, for I will be the light illuminating your path, no matter how dim it may seem. In those times you cannot see clearly, when everything around you seems chaotic, it is then that I will be your source of comfort, your guidance so you do not get lost. Never forget that in your weakest moments, I am the one who will draw nearest to you, giving you the strength to continue. Every time you feel tired, you can stop, take a deep breath, and realize that I am still here, ready to lift you up. Don't let worries, difficulties, or things you cannot change occupy your mind. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to bear every responsibility yourself, because I will take the part of the burden you cannot carry. When you look to the future and feel afraid, when you think you are not capable enough to face what awaits, I want you to understand that you already have everything you need to overcome. Strength does not come from the absence of pain, but from the ability to get up each time you fall. Every time you think you have no strength left, I will be the one giving you more power so you can take the next step, no matter how slow your pace may be. Don't be afraid when you encounter trials, because within every trial lies a lesson, and each lesson will help you grow stronger and more mature. Difficulties cannot defeat you if you know that I am always here to support you. Life will always challenge you, and there will be times you feel you cannot go on. But it is precisely in such moments that I will give you wings so you can fly higher, overcoming every barrier. My beloved child, wherever you go, whatever you experience, I will always be beside you. The dark moments, the painful seconds, will become the times you feel my presence most clearly. Don't let things you cannot change make you feel helpless, because I have taught you that you have the power to change how you perceive things and to change yourself. When you face sadness, I will be the one helping you see hope. When you encounter failure, I will be the one helping you find perseverance. My child, each trial is not a battle you must fight alone. I will always walk with you, and my presence is in every step you take. If you learn to give me your worries, your fears, I will take those burdens for you. Don't keep them in your heart, because that is not your responsibility. I don't want you to worry about things beyond your control. Let me be the one to handle those things so you can focus on living fully with the love I have for you. Don't let anxieties cause you to miss the chance to see the good things around you. The challenges you face will only be small moments in your long journey, and each time you overcome one, you will find yourself stronger, more resilient. Life is not a series of peaceful days, but every day within it holds an opportunity for you to find peace within your own heart. When you feel stressed, when you feel you cannot continue, remember that I am always here to lift you up. I don't want you to feel lonely in difficult times, because I will always walk with you, sharing the burden with you. When you feel you cannot go further, I will be the one helping you take those final steps until you find peace and joy in life again. My beloved child, always remember that the challenges you face are not punishments. They are opportunities for you to learn, to grow in faith. You may not understand everything happening around you, but I want you to know that everything has a reason. Every difficulty you face is part of the journey you will look back on later and see that you have become stronger and wiser. Never feel like a failure when facing trials, because it is through trials that you will find your true strength. Don't give up, because I will always be beside you, helping you stand up when you fall. This life is not a solitary journey, but a journey you never have to walk alone. Let me be your companion, the one who gives you strength to continue. When you learn to rely on me, you will realize that no challenge is too great, and you can overcome them more easily. My child, I will always be with you, and I will always help you walk steadily on the path I have laid out for you. I know you are carrying a burden that is too heavy, a burden that sometimes makes you feel tired, sometimes makes you feel like you cannot go on. But I want you to know that you are not alone in carrying all this responsibility. Your life may be full of trials and suffering, but I promise that in every difficulty, I will always be beside you, like a companion, a protector who never leaves you. Don't be afraid, don't worry about what hasn't happened yet, because worries only make you feel heavier. Remember that you don't have to carry all this weight alone. I have always been here, ready to lift the burdens you cannot endure. Don't try to carry everything yourself, because sometimes strength isn't about not feeling pain, but about knowing when to let go and trust in what I will do. In those times you feel you have no strength left, when your heart is filled with anxieties, do not hesitate to come to me. You can place all your fears, your wounds, your unfulfilled dreams into my hands. I will take them away gently and lovingly so you can continue moving forward. This life is like a long road full of unexpected turns, not always easy. But my child, I have given you eyes to see the light in the darkness, hands to touch beautiful things, and a heart to feel the love and hope I have for you. Whenever you feel you cannot continue, when you think you have lost all your strength, remember that I will be the one lifting you up. I will be the infinite source of strength so you can stand up, walk, and continue the journey. Your every step will no longer be lonely because I will always be beside you. Challenges, no matter how difficult, cannot break you if you know that I am the one bringing you the strength to overcome. And when you feel that burden is too great, remember that I am ready to lift it from your shoulders. In the darkest moments, I will be the bright lamp illuminating your path. I know you are enduring much pain, burdens that perhaps no one sees. But understand that this pain is not the end, but an opportunity for you to see the love I have for you. Every time you feel you cannot bear it anymore, I will draw near, giving you a strength you never knew you possessed. Remember that in every difficulty I will always be there, like a father, a mother, a companion who never leaves. Don't be afraid, don't worry about what is happening. Let me lift that burden from your shoulders. You will never have to carry it alone because I will always share it with you. Those difficult moments will become opportunities for you to grow, to become stronger, more steadfast. But the important thing is that you never have to walk alone. I will be the most stable presence beside you, always a shoulder for you to lean on whenever you are tired. Trust in me, for I will never let you endure more than you can handle. I have given you the strength to stand up, and I will continue to give you the strength to overcome every difficulty. My beloved child, every step you take, whether difficult or easy, is witnessed by me. The pain you are enduring, I will help you transform it into strength. Don't let anxiety bring you down, because when you learn to place all your worries in my hands, I will calm the storms within your heart. This life may be full of challenges, but I promise you will never have to face them alone. I will always be beside you, guiding you, giving you strength you cannot see with your physical eyes. When you feel too tired to go on, stop and breathe deeply. Remember that I am there, always ready to lift you up and give you more strength. Don't be afraid when you feel weak, because in that weakness I will display my immense power. Every time you feel incapable, I will be the source of motivation for you to see that you can do it. My child, let all those burdens go so you can see the path ahead, full of hope and light. I have prepared a bright future for you, a future where you won't have to carry everything alone. Trust in me, and you will see that everything, whether painful or challenging, is an indispensable part of the journey I have prepared for you. Be strong, because I will always be here, never leaving you throughout your journey. I know that sometimes you feel lost, as if there's no one to share the deepest feelings in your heart. I understand there are times you feel you must fight alone, even though there are unseen presences beside you in every breath, in every beat of your heart. But I want you to know that you never have to carry it all alone. Every pain you feel, every difficulty you face, every feeling of loneliness when night falls, I have witnessed all of it, and I never abandon you. When you stand before challenges that seem impossible to overcome, Remember that I am the light in the darkness, the firm support you can turn to. You don't always have to be strong, and in that weakness I see an immense strength you are unaware of. Let me lift your burden, not because you lack the strength to endure, but because when you dare to open your heart, when you dare to trust, I can help you do it. You carry within you great dreams and aspirations, and I know that on the path to achieving them, there will be no shortage of challenges. However, remember that not all those challenges are things you must face entirely on your own. Every step on that path will be guided by me. You may feel tired, sometimes feel you don't have enough strength to continue, but I want you to understand that in your weakest moments, I will be the source of strength helping you stand up and continue the journey. Never think you must overcome everything alone, because I have always been beside you, ready to support you every time you feel you are falling. I will be the hand lifting you up, the steady shoulder for you to lean on. You are not alone. I will be the source of encouragement, the words of motivation in times you feel helpless. And when you stumble, I will help you realize that failures are not the end, but merely part of the growth process so you can learn valuable lessons. Never think you are the only one suffering, because I have already carried a portion of that burden so you can find peace. This life isn't easy, but that's precisely why you need to trust in me. Let me lift the worries, the stresses that are draining your energy. You don't need to carry all those burdens on your shoulders. I carried them all before you, and I will continue to do so. You just need to trust and walk, because I will be right beside you. Let me take away those burdens so you can continue to live a life full of hope and meaning. My beloved child, when you feel desperate, when you think you cannot go on, do not be afraid. Let all the pain, sadness, and anxiety you feel be released, because I will bring peace to your soul. I will help you walk through the difficult stages and trials of life. Every time you feel you cannot endure anymore, every time you feel you have reached the limit of your endurance, remember that I will be the one walking with you. Sometimes you don't need to fight alone. You just need to place your trust in me, and I will make everything lighter. Let me help you lift every burden you are carrying, because I want you to live in freedom, in peace, and in love. Every step you take is important, every moment you experience has meaning, and I will never let you feel meaningless or alone. Do not hesitate to give me every burden, every worry, every pain, because when you trust, I will lift all those things from your shoulders so you can continue walking on the path I have set for you. And remember, even when you feel weak, even when you feel you cannot continue, I will always be here, never leaving you. Every time you feel helpless, come to me. Let me be the source of strength for you to stand firm, to rise up, and to continue living a life full of hope and love. My beloved child, I have given you everything you need to overcome all difficulties, and as you walk, do not forget that I will always be the one walking beside you, supporting you and protecting you. Let me lift every burden from your shoulders so you can live a full and happy life. Listen to me in those moments you feel you cannot continue, when everything seems to be collapsing around you, and when darkness envelopes your soul. I want you to remember that I never leave you alone. You may feel pain that seems unbearable, but know that every step, every moment you endure, I am there, ready to offer you strength you didn't even realize you had. Life is never without challenges, but those challenges are not meant to crush you, but for you to see the hidden strength within you, the strength I gifted you since you were in your mother's womb. I understand that sometimes you feel things become too much to bear, when you no longer find joy in simple things, when life becomes so difficult that you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. But remember, when everyone around you seems to turn their back, I will be the one to catch you, the one who will help you stand up again, stronger, more steadfast. The burdens you carry are not signs of weakness, but traces of a challenging life that I know you can overcome. You do not have to fight alone in this life. Every pain you feel, every difficulty you face, I have already experienced, and I will continue to stand beside you so you do not have to walk alone. Let those burdens fall from your shoulders. Let go of all the worries and troubles you carry. They will no longer be overwhelming if you place your complete trust in me. When you are weak, when you think you cannot go on, look to me. Look to the great love I have for you. That love will help you overcome everything. The challenges you face are opportunities for you to grow stronger, to find the strength I placed within you since you were born. Never be afraid when facing difficulties, because in those moments, I will always be there to support you. Every step, however small, has meaning, and every moment you overcome a trial, I see you becoming stronger. Remember, I never abandon you even when you feel unworthy of my love. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are my child. And so, when you find yourself lost, when you feel you are not strong enough to face life, remember that I will be the light in the darkness. I will always be ready to lift the burden from your shoulders so you can stand up and walk with a peaceful soul. You may not see the path ahead clearly, but I will guide you step by step. When you cannot see a glimmer of light, I will be that light. You do not have to be afraid because all difficulties will pass, but my love and protection are eternal, forever. And know that those difficulties are not trials you must face alone. Let me help you. Let me carry that burden so you can continue with firm faith in the future. Remember, I am always here. You just need to trust and let go of your worries. I will carry you through it all. And when you look at each new day, believe that I will never let you suffer alone. You may not see clearly, but I am always walking with you in every step. Never think you are weak or incapable, because in me, you will find the strength to keep living, to love, and to conquer all difficulties. Have faith in yourself, and above all, have faith in me, because I have stored within you infinite strength so you can do things you never imagined. When you feel like you cannot continue, remember that nothing is impossible if you let me lead the way, because my love will lift you from the deepest places. Every trial is an opportunity for you to rise, and I will always be the one helping you stand firm, helping you find the way. Never fear. You are not alone. I am always there, always ready to reach out my hand and lift you out of every pain, every misery you are enduring. Trust and let me lift those burdens. You will find yourself stronger when I am beside you, and with me, nothing is impossible. I know you are facing challenges that sometimes feel unbearable. The life you are living, with all its bitterness, fatigue, and anxiety, sometimes makes you feel like you cannot go on. But I want you to know that every pain, every wound in your heart, is not the end, but steps on the path leading to maturity. I know that in the most difficult moments, you might feel left alone, feel as if no one understands you. But I am here, my child, and I am always beside you, even if you cannot see. The burdens you carry in your heart will not be burdens forever if you learn to let go. I will come and lift those burdens away so you can be lighter, so you can see the light again that you sometimes no longer trust exists. The challenges you are going through are not punishments, but opportunities for you to find the deep strength within yourself. You are not the pain you suffer. You are not the challenges life throws at you. You are a magnificent creation, born to do great things, born to overcome every difficulty this life brings. Remember that when you cannot continue, I will be the steady wings catching you. When you fall, I will be the strong hand pulling you up. You are not alone. No matter how you feel, I am always beside you, step by step, second by second, helping you stand firm and continue on your path. The burdens on your shoulders are not meant for you to carry forever, because I will lift those burdens away so you can walk with light feet, with a soul full of hope. Trust in me, and when you begin to believe in yourself, I will bring you infinite strength to overcome everything. This life will never lack challenges, but don't let those challenges defeat you. When you feel like you are about to collapse, remember that in every moment I am here, never leaving you. Every time you stand up after a fall, every time you continue walking even though you know the road ahead is still thorny, those are the times you are becoming stronger, and I am proud of you. Nothing is hopeless when you believe in me, and when you place your faith in me, I will guide you through every difficulty, opening a brighter path ahead for you. I will always be your infinite source of strength, your comfort in times you feel alone and cannot find the way. Have faith, and when you feel like you have nothing left to hold on to, when darkness covers you, I will be the only light to guide your way. The challenges you are facing are not the end, but part of the journey you must travel to become the person I created you to be. Every step you take has purpose, and I will always watch over you, helping you recognize the value in those difficulties. Never think you lack the strength to overcome. In every moment of pain, in every time you feel desperate, I will be the place you return to, the place where you can stop and find the strength to continue. I am always here, and when you place your trust in me, you will find you never lack strength. Every time you conquer fear, every time you step past a trial, those are victories you cannot see with your physical eyes, but I see them, and I know you are becoming stronger than ever before. Let me lift the burdens from your shoulders so you can walk lightly, confident in what you can do, and trusting in what you can achieve. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, is just one step in your great journey. Be brave, be resilient, and when you no longer have enough strength, remember that I am always here to support you. Never feel lonely because I am always with you, and when you have faith, I will give you the strength to conquer all difficulties. Life will always have challenges, but with me you will overcome them all. Believe in yourself, believe in me, and together we will overcome everything that seems impossible in this life. I understand that there are times you feel your life is like an endless battle. Challenges come upon you like massive waves, pulling you into an uncontrollable vortex, making you feel you've lost your direction, lost faith in yourself. But remember that in every trial, big or small, I am always beside you, never leaving. The burden you carry on your shoulders is not something you must endure alone. Don't let worries, fears, or exhaustion make you forget my presence in every moment of your life. Every day I see you struggling with difficulties and pain, but I also see you never giving up. I see you resiliently standing up after every stumble, and that is why I never leave you alone in those trials. You may not feel me in the darkest moments, but I am always near you even when you cannot see me. Every moment you feel weak is a moment I am extending my hand, ready to catch you. Don't let difficulties make you forget that I am your infinite source of strength. Don't let them make you feel you are the only one suffering. I am always here to lift you up, to take away the burden you carry on your shoulders. When you feel tired and unable to continue, I will be a new breath for you, the encouragement for you to stand up and keep walking. In times you cannot find the way out yourself, I will show you the bright path, guiding you through every difficulty. Remember that the burden you carry is not something you must bear alone. I will come and lift it away so you can live a lighter, freer life. Cast off worries about the past, regrets that cannot be changed, and don't let fears about the future cloud your faith in me. When you place your trust in me, I will teach you how to view every challenge in this life as an opportunity for you to grow, mature, and become stronger. I do not promise to remove every trial, but I promise that you will never have to face them alone. You will never have to carry the weight of life without me beside you. Whenever you feel your strength is depleted, remember that I will come to be with you to give you more strength. Never think you are too weak to overcome these challenges. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you become stronger. You will see in each of those moments the growth, the resilience you didn't know you had. And when you look back, you will realize that the things you thought were impossible to overcome were actually stepping stones leading you to become a stronger, more steadfast person. The person I created with all my love and patience. The burden you carry is not a sentence. It is just a temporary challenge, an opportunity for you to learn, to become a better version of yourself. Embrace these challenges as valuable lessons, and each time you overcome them, you become even more perfect in my eyes. I never abandon you no matter how you may feel. I am here, always waiting for you, always ready to help you when you need it. My child, nothing is impossible when you believe in me. Nothing is too great or too difficult if you let me lift those burdens and grant you peace in your heart. The challenges you face will not weaken you, they will only make you stronger. Always remember that I will never let you carry these pains alone. When you are tired, when you feel you cannot continue, I will come and give you the strength to keep going. Every burden, no matter how large, can be lifted if you let me help. Do not hesitate, my child. Do not be afraid when facing trials. Walk forward, trusting in me, and know that I will always walk with you on every journey. Because with every step you take, I will be beside you, supporting and guiding you toward a bright future, a future I have set aside just for you. Be strong, my child. Trust in my strength and let me lift the burdens you are carrying. Amen.